This is the handout we were given. The dealer school was always such a fun deal to go to, especially for myself. And in the morning, the dealer would come by to pick me up, and I lived in an old farmhouse at the nursery. And I'd just sit by the window, and you could see the headlights of him coming down the road, somebody coming. And I'd leave about 6 in the morning and get there for 8 o'clock, just like we did today. So it's just a little bit of memorabilia, and that sort of gave the inspiration as to how this deal got started in the middle of February. Someone has a pretty interesting story to tell about how they got here. I thought you guys would enjoy it. Mr. Gilman, did you have an adventure?
I don't know.
Where do you go on?
Yeah, I have 2 Toyotas, 2 new ones, 2 2010s, so my wife told me not to drive it, to go buy another truck. You can't trade them in, so I got it sitting in the driveway. So I went and bought a new diesel Dodge for $52,000, and I drove it 400 and some miles, and at the hotel Friday morning, the computer went crap. So I had to have it towed to the dealer. I had it towed to the dealer. It was a Chrysler dealer, and he didn't know what he was doing. He took the 2 terminal or the cables off the battery and reset it. He said you could do it that way. And he gave me a rag and an 8mm wrench so I could get back to Waldo.
That is unbelievable.
Quality control.
We are very thankful to be able to use the museum here, and like to ask Jack Penton if he'd take a minute and just come up and welcome everybody on behalf of the museum. Jack's the chairman of the board of the museum.
All right. And, I was going to do this a little bit, thank you, a little bit later, but anyways, yeah, this is kind of my job away from home here, working with the museum staff and so on. We have a big project going on, and I was going to bring this up later. Can I do it now? Is that downstairs? Yeah, no schedule. Downstairs, where the Hall of Fame is, we've all, for many, many years, we felt that that didn't do justice to the people that are enshrined in the Hall of Fame here. And so we have a new commitment to take that Hall of Fame that is downstairs, the plaques and everything, and this upstairs here is going to be our new Hall of Fame. And initially here in the next few months, these displays are going to be going back to their owners, and we are going to bring what is currently downstairs and some other things that we have pertaining to those Hall of Fame members upstairs as a temporary. And then we have a really wonderful concept that's coming along that we're working on and drafting to build a state-of-the-art Hall of Fame up here that would rival and or eclipse any Hall of Fame in the world. The idea is to make it modern, make it in the next mode of museums. It will be a lot of electronics and things like that. But the real focus of this museum will be the Hall of Fame inductees and the fact that it's a Hall of Fame. And the reason for that is there's a bunch of beautiful museums all over the world. If you've been to Barber, I mean, how can you do better than that? We can't. But the AMA does have one thing that nobody else has, and that is we can say that we have the American Motorcycle Hall of Fame Museum. And we're going back to what Dad started so many years ago, and Bill Baird, when they started this, was they started the museum based around not only the motorcycles, but the people that are enshrined in the Hall of Fame. So we're real excited about that. It's going to be a huge project for the board and for everybody to raise enough funds. I mean, this is a very large expenditure, what we're looking at, but we feel that the motorcycle industry and the sport and what we love definitely deserves that. So real exciting times right now. We have quite a bit has happened. Some of our friends that we've worked with for an awful lot of years here at the AMA are not with the AMA right now, and we're moving into a little bit different structure because of that. Mark Pedersey used to manage this. A lot of the duties now we're getting an awful lot of help from the structure next door.
Problem at home.
And that staff. as we develop this in here, a lot of that is being run through the professional people next door as far as they're helping us. So it's a different structure. We're getting used to that different structure, but we've got a ton of really good people behind it. Throw out some names of the people I work with all the time on the board. Tom White is a real key person in that. Tom's got a beautiful museum. He understands it. He's very much into the Trailblazers and the history. So I mean, he completely understands, you know, what we're trying to get done. Eddie Cole, who's been around forever and has started Answer Products, real energetic, full of great ideas. Craig Vetter, I think everybody knows that from the past, Hall of Famer. These are guys that are really, really clever, inventive, and their heart is in the right place. Our board is just completely full of people who want this to work well. So we're really excited about what we envision for this building right here and what we think we can see sitting here before too long. But at the same time, we know it's a tough economy and we have to raise a lot of money. So we're getting started now and we're really excited about it. Is Katie here?
She took off.
She did take off? Okay. I was kind of hoping Katie, who now manages the day-to-day activities here, she's not even going to know about it. But if you would like, a little bit later, we're going to take a tour of the museum, the places you don't normally get to see. Because there's a lot more to this museum than what you see in this and downstairs. There's a lot more to it, both emotionally and physically. So we're gonna get an opportunity because they can't keep me out, and what here to keep us out. And we're gonna go look at some of those places around the museum you don't usually get to see. You will understand the enormity of the project, not only getting the Hall of Fame upstairs, but also to do the right things to make this entire building function correctly. So, anyways, we'll get a little bit more insight about the building too.
Good, thank you. Yes, John.
There's one thing that Jack didn't cover, and I can appreciate that. The museum as it existed could not have perpetuated and gone on, because basically it could finance